AI, when used in the right way, should feel like magic. And today I'm gonna be showing you how that magic works when doing the job search. Hi, for those of you that know me, I'm Alan and I have been around Notion ecosystem for roughly 1 year. I have a lot of digital products on my Gumroad store, especially for learning YouTube, workflows, but in this video we're gonna be talking about the job search. Now, in particular, we're gonna be talking about my job seeker dashboard, which is a paid dashboard for doing a lot of bulk and searching jobs, applying to jobs, and keeping track of your applications. Now, there is a free application tracker for those of you that want to just try it out, see how it looks, but let's get into the magic sauce. When looking at the job seeker dashboard, let's say that you want to automate your job search, and in order to spice it up, I have actually worked with N8N automations, and I'm gonna be showing you how those can apply when looking at this quality engineers for Swedish bank, which is situated in Solna, which is in Stockholm, where I'm situated. So let's say, for the case of the scenario that I'm looking and I'm interested in applying to this senior quality engineer in Solna. Now, my background is in the QA, so I'm a little bit biased when it comes to this. So let's say, okay, I'm gonna copy the link. I want to add it to my dashboard. So let's go to Notion. Normally, old style would be you open up a new job posting and you enter, SEB, QA, etc. However, we're gonna do none of that. We have the power of AI, and we're gonna be just pasting the URL here, and we're gonna be getting the details through the get job details N8N automation. So the purpose of this automation is, given the URL, it's gonna be fetching all the details, it's gonna be extracting the text, it's gonna be extracting the job details using the OpenAI model, format the data to Notion, and then update this Notion page. So, for the purposes of this discussion, I've put in debug mode so you can see exactly how it's performing. And let us just say, okay, get details. So you can see we have initiated through webhook, it scraped the data, and it's running it through an AI agent, which is trying to understand what is this job posting about and extracting all the relevant details of the position, role requirements, skill requirements, and all the stuff that is necessary for a successful job application. Now, this process does take a while because it's using large language models, but the format data has been done, and let's see what did it find out. Okay, so it figured out that it is senior quality engineer, that is company is SCB, and it figured that it's a permanent employment, and then it figured out, okay, job overview, helped understood what's the fraud prevention team, what are your job and responsibilities that they're after, what are the required skills, personal traits, and what the company offers. Now, in the free version, you also have these to-dos, notes on the company, so for your job application, you can fill out all of this data if you want to. However, in the new and up-and-coming dashboard version, it's not live yet, we're gonna populate things automagically. Now, for that interview, I'm gonna be using my base CV, the traditional one, because I think, SEB is a little bit more traditional company. This one is actually, I have a document on the Google Drive. Let me just show you how it looks. It's a typical resume with your employment and everything that's available, all the background. So let's see through the sections. You have an overview, that's like a summary, employment history, then you have the education, where you went, you have the professional courses and certifications, skills, traits, experience, test tools, programming languages, methodologies, languages, and personal interests. All right, so that CV is gonna get analyzed. If we go to this Analyze CV, we have a button, Analyze Document. This is gonna be performed by our second automation, the CV Analyzer workflow. Through a webhook, it's gonna be adding all the CV information, it's gonna getting the document page from Notion, through it it's gonna download the file from my Google Drive, check the file type, and perform the magic analysis, and then append all the results into my Notion page. You might be asking why. I'm gonna explain, but first, let's see. Execute. Okay, just note that when doing the real stuff and not for the purposes of this demo, you don't need to go and execute workflows. You just press the button wait a little bit, and then stuff will be ran automatically. This is just me showing you how it works. So here we have grabbed the document page, file link. Now it's actually downloading my CV that I've shown you from the Google Drive, and now it's going into the analyzer. Analysis is also an agent, AI agent that's using this time Anthropic Claude, because Anthropic Claude is much better model for analyzing the actual CV and all in general writing stuff. So it's actually analyzing, it's going to be outputting in the structure output parser. Once again, it's going to be performing the format analysis for Notion, and then it's going to be pasting it into the Notion page. So you can see now things are being added. Let's just check how it looks. And as you can tell, it does take a little bit chugging because I have a really meaty CV. I've been around a lot, but if you can see, this is done, and this doesn't need to be for every single application. You upload the CV once, you press analyze, and it's gonna analyze. It's not really demanding on the resources in terms of the tokens, AI and stuff. As you can see, it's understanding my CV, it's reading it, and it's basically listing all of my skills, methodologies, certifications, languages, and all that. So that means now my CV is analyzed. The whole reason of doing that is we wanted to apply to the senior quality AI engineer position, right? With the position known, details are known, and we have analyzed the CV. The next thing to do is perform the match analysis, and this is the secret sauce. That one is gonna be using our third AI agent workflow. Yeah, I know I'm agent heavy, but it's real magic, if you can see. So what it's gonna do is gonna be sending all the data for the job advertisement, CV, is gonna analyze it and see how big of a match it is, and then it's gonna be appending the details at the page. Let me just show you how it works. So we want to see how good is my traditional CV for the senior quality engineer role. And we're gonna be clicking match analysis. And as you can see, it's already gotten all of the information, and the Anthropic Claude, once again, is chugging in happily. Now, what I'm hoping it will be performing, here we can see the input and the output. Here it's executing, and it's gonna be providing all of the necessary details in terms of how well does the CV that we have uploaded to the Google Drive fit the requirements of this role. And it's gonna be performing analyze, and it's gonna be recommending them a match. Once done, it's gonna be populating my Notion page, so you have all the information you need at your fingertips in order to know if you're a good match for the role that you're applying, and what are the tweaks that you need to do to your CV to be more successful. Obviously, this is a very demanding process, so if you weren't looking at this automation, you would think, well, nothing is happening. Don't click many times, because this thing takes time. It can take up to 2 minutes for the detailed report to be generated, but trust me, it's worth it. And it works like magic. As I said, we only clicked 3 buttons, so the amount of work that we needed to do to analyze if we're a good fit for the role is minimal. However, the result is quite powerful. And after the deep analysis, it's actually performing the fit. It's taking a look how my fit is, gives the evaluation, key strengths, relevant experience, highlights, and all that. And now it's appending that to the Notion page. Let's check out how it looks. First of all, you see the candidate evaluation report. Overall fit score 72 out of 100. Means technical skills are good, relevant experience is good, industry alignment 60% because I'm in telecom, this is banking, makes sense. Cultural fit, pretty decent, educational background 85. So the key strengths, you can see strong technical foundation, 10 years of quality assurance, current role demonstrates stability, deep expertise, soft skills, problem solving, additional assets, certification, gaps and concerns, no playwright experiences, no Cypress, WebDriver, limited Python, that's something that, for example, you could say, okay, I'm gonna learn it, banking system experience, and then say moderate concern, data pipeline, etc. Specific recommendations for improvement, intermediate actions pre-interview. upskill on required tools, take Playwright courses, Cypress, familiars with WebDriver IO, CI/CD Jenkins, Argo CD. Of course, I could add because I'm working with GitHub to a degree, so that's a potential gap that I need to fill. Then reframe CV for banking context, emphasize with secure systems because it's SIM cards, fraud prevention. So that would actually, those are suggestions that would help me improve my CV when writing it for it. Then you can say long-term development, final recommendation, moderate match. Qualified candidate worth interviewing, but notable gaps. There are pros and cons list, and then interview recommendation. Proceed with interview with focus on. So it also gives the feedback on what to focus on. So here is a detail analysis, strength, transferability, and all those details. The analysis is actually quite deep, and that can help you a ton of time to save whether or not you're a good candidate for the job. Now, once you actually apply, my job seeker dashboard is designed so that it actually tracks when did you apply, how are you going, what's your progress, how many jobs have you applied to, for example, which one can see in resume and habit tracker, what are your performing CV documents, what's your daily progress, and how many jobs you applied to, etc, etc. So if you find this video interesting and enlightening, I will be posting more videos about how things work, and in some videos I'm gonna go into the deep analysis on how to build Notion and N8N into two workflows that are working hand in hand together to make best possible results. So if that sounds interesting, stay subscribed to this channel, and I'm gonna be seeing you on the other side. And if you're interested in the Job Seeker Dashboard or the free version, click the link in the description below and get it and try it out for yourself. Job Seeker Dashboard version 2.0, which is gonna be including these paid automations, will be available at some point, but keep an eye on my Twitter account for the news about it. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.